Don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the MMC's Perfection Series PS21. This is their all built-in Medicus, their first version for their Defensor, their very first bot. So yeah, Medicus is a bot that has respect for all living things and is a pacifist. He is very soft-spoken and often cares too much for his patients. Medicus works his hardest to save any lives that might be in danger in battle, and often puts his own life at risk in doing so. Yeah, that's an at risk in doing so. If he's not in an operation room, he can be found in nature, taking all of its natural beauty. So this is kind of like a transcendentalist. Yes, side of the box, top of the box, bottom of the box. Let's open this thing up here and see what we get. Okay, for those of you who haven't been able to figure it out yet, or haven't watched my channel any, I'm live on location in Denver and had this sent here. So that's why my setup looks a little different. Empty box. Can y'all see in there? Empty box. We'll get there. All right, so here's the figure. He's in a clamshell. We get instructions. All right. Let's see if we can get these out of here in a prompt and efficient manner so we can actually take a look at them. Wow, they are fighting me tooth and nail. All right. He comes with a gun. It's just a standard little gun. It's going to plug into the back of his palm. It comes with a card. Comes with this thing right here, which already has dog hair on it. I don't know how that happened. I'm in Denver. I'm a long ways away from southern Indiana and my dogs. But there you get, if you want to see that. And the directions. And they're... Actually, they seem to be fairly detailed. I've never really had any issues with MMC, with their instructions. And I truly believe that how a company packages their product and the instructions they have are extremely telling about the value of the product, or what they place as value on the product. So yeah, that's why I always liked Toy World stuff, because they came with the foam, and I know not everybody's a fan of that, but yeah. All right. And here he is out of the packaging. And you literally saw me open the box and pull him out, so I haven't done anything to him. Comes out of the box looking just like this. Initial impressions, he's got a little bit of weight to him, not a whole lot. There's probably some die cast in here somewhere. I don't really feel it just yet. Maybe, we'll see. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here on the, well, I can't really zoom in. Here, let's take us a look at the head sculpt. It's kind of a standard head sculpt. Nothing really great here. The visor looks like it's painted. No light piping, so what you get's what you get. Can go up all the way, so he's got, you can't see, he's got a really good range there. Down a little bit, all the way around. Yep, you get a confused dog look out of him. Okay. The shoulders are on hinges, you can see right here, so that's a good thing. Go all the way around, all the way up. So it has a secondary hinge right here, so he can do the Superman. Whee! All right, enough of that. Bicep rotation is built into this joint. It's nice and hidden. It's probably a mushroom peg, but that's okay. I don't dislike mushroom pegs at all. Double jointed elbow. It's not the prettiest I've ever seen, but it works. The hands. Let's take a look at the hands here. So he's got typewriter fingers. They're on a pin here, and they don't feel like they move. The thumb here is on a ball joint, and that is the only movement that it gets. So the hand is a little bit less than articulated than I would have preferred. Gun fits in here, in that little slot right there. Close the palm around it. Put the thumb down so that it'll hold it, and it should be fine. Oh, the gun moves. I didn't know it had a hinge there. All right, move it along. Thigh rotation goes all the way around. Ooh, ratcheted ab crunch. And it is a good range. It's not the prettiest, but it's fine. Hip skirts, get up and out of the way. He has a hip flap for the back. So tensioned, feels like universal joints, get you the full Chinese splits, forward and back. He is limited for the American splits, but that's as much as you'll probably ever want from him, range-wise. Thigh rotation is built around this mushroom peg. No doubt about it, it's a mushroom peg. Tight knee joint, get you right at 90 degrees. And the feet, let's see here. He has an insane rocker, so yeah, there's always that. He can go up a little bit. Toe tilt can go down. And then this back piece here is a separate piece, so it'll adjust as needed. Yeah, this guy's pretty neat. All right, so apparently this extra joint for the shoulder causes a little bit of issue if you move it. So I tell you what, I'm going to pause right here, and we'll do scale comparisons, and when we come back, we will do transformation. So transforming this guy, it's kind of a mixed bag, but let's see if we can get through it. Now, I have done it once. I followed the directions as best I could. Let's just get into it. First thing we're going to do is open this up, tuck your head away, put this back, okay? The next thing you want to do is deal with the hands. And there's a flap here that you open, and this is all going to move in. Open up your flap down here at the bottom, and you want your hand kind of in an upside down position. Go ahead and maneuver this so that you can lock this piece in place here. All right, like that. And then bring your hand in. Now, the instructions tell you to put the hand in first. I had a lot of trouble with that. So my suggestion is to do it just the way I've shown you here. It just makes it so that you can be assured of the fact that the hand goes in the way it's supposed to, doesn't get caught up on anything, and this closes completely. If you don't do it right, this is not going to close completely, okay? And you'll know it. So lift those up, kind of out of the way. Take your tires and push them down. Oh, pardon me. They're on just this slider. They just go straight down. Okay. Open this piece up. Pull this up. Open these two windows here, the doors here. All right, you can rotate this around at this time if you want to. This is going to come up and around. So up and around. These will swing into right here, but not just yet. Not just yet. Before we get to that point, we have to make the top of the window. Pull this up like this, and this is on these two pieces right here are on the same mechanism. So you open it up, you bring this piece down like this, and now we need to rotate it up. And how do we do this? down. It's supposed to come out like this, okay? So out like this. The light bar is going to plug into these little pieces right here. We don't have to do that just yet. Now the gun right here is supposed to plug in right here in the door, just right there, okay? So that's where your gun goes. Now, at this time, we can swing these arms down, and on that double hinge, with this bit pointing out, they just slip in, and there's a peg right there and a peg hole, if y'all can see. That's just going to come right in. It's going to peg in right here as well, and that's just going to help keep it in place. Make sure it's all flush right here. You'll want that later. Make sure it's flush. Bring this down. We're going to do the same thing again. Tag that in, push that down. Now we can bring down our lights, and they're just going to plug in just as you can see right here, like that. All right, and we've already swung this around, so we're going to bring it down, and we have pins right here that are going to plug in right here to this section. So just maneuver that until it clips into place. This right here, you kind of have to maneuver it a little bit, but this bit right here is going to go into this little slot right here, and there's that little tab right there is going to go into a little slot. I don't know how well you all can see that right there. That's what you're looking for. It's getting everything lined up properly and in place. And there's double hinges that come into play here, and it's just a matter of lining everything up properly until you can just get it where it needs to go. Not always, there you go, not always the easiest, and you've got a pin right there, hopefully you all can see, just goes in, helps keep it all secure. So again, double hinges, kind of put it in the right spot, get it all together. It's going to connect right here, it's going to connect back here, and then the final thing is just to maneuver on this mechanism until you get the window here where you want it, where you obviously know it should go. Simply because you know it should go there doesn't always mean that it will. But in that instance, we were able to get it. And that is the first half of this, okay? Now we come down here to the legs, and this is kind of where it all kind of falls apart a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to preview. All right, this panel right here comes up. All right, go ahead and get your leg kind of out of the way. Now, we need to, this thing separates right here and right here. So we can go ahead and wiggle that out of the way. The foot is going to come in like this and just kind of make a thing that looks like this. Now, to get this properly done, fold this flap, we're going to have to take the hand, and it's going to come and set right behind here like this. So that's what we have to do. We've got a series of sliders and things that we have to work with. I'm going to try to do this on camera. We separate it from right here, if y'all can see. That's where it plugs into the leg, right? So we extend this like this. We rotate this around so it's upside down. Looks like that, right? This is so that this will match right there. Now, we have to get the hand out, and it is going to extend the fingers as much as you can, right? And then we're going to rotate, and this flap is going to have to come up underneath these, this right here. It won't work right if you don't. It's not going to, I'm not going to preview it. So take this up as high as it'll go on the slider, right? Put it into place. That's going to come down. This is going to come up and fill in that gap right there. Now we just have to do this on this side. So we open this up here as best we can. Okay, that allows us to put our foot in and put that heel, the toe down. Go ahead and open this up, and it's connected. You can see the red pin right there, hopefully. So we just have to kind of pull this aside so that this disconnects. Extend. Rotate. There we go. Extend all the way, right? We can put that down. We can put both down. All right. Rotate. Flip that flap. Rotate the hand around. Open this up. And the problem that we have is with the thumb itself on this piece. So just not trying to give you a preview there. It's just that is the problem with this particular side of it, is the thumb. So let's see, rotate this around, open this up, and I checked the directions as best I could, and I could not find the proper placement for the thumb. I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere. It doesn't want to do what you want it to do. And I don't know if that's just me not knowing what I'm doing, which I fully grant at all times, right? I have never, ever looked at you all and said, I know what I'm doing, and anybody that does it differently is wrong. I've never done that, and I hopefully never will. But let's see here. These come up. And see, the thumb just kind of sits here. We don't really know what to do with it. It doesn't stay where it's supposed to. So you just got to kind of find a spot for it. All right, now everything, you have pins and ports here. Oops. All right, pins and ports here that are going to connect here and here. And we can just put those down. And now it's just a matter of lining everything up properly and putting it together here as best you can. Again, see how the butt flap goes together like that? It won't work right if you don't do it that way. Stay in there. All right. It connects here, as you can see. At least it's supposed to. And then it connects up here, right here. Again, at least it's supposed to, and it's not the happiest thing in the world to do. It doesn't want to do it, is what I'm trying to get at. Last thing, again, with the fingers kind of just however you can get them, we close it up, and you see how it makes this little cavity here, and the fingers just go in there. That's all you do. Push it together, and put it together. And here we run into the major issue with this build. The all-in-one thing, it can't get out of its own way, as they say. There's just so much involved in it, in the back. There's just, it's just too much. Now again, I fully grant, 100%, that I could have done something wrong. I fully grant that. But I followed the directions. They made sense. The only thing I couldn't figure out what to do with, like I said, was the thumb. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Yeah, it doesn't stay together. There's just too much in here for it to work properly. But taking a look at it, I mean, you can see inside. You can see the way it looks, right? You got a little bit of paint detail here, a little silver, whatever that is. I do have some paint scuffage, and it came out of the box that way, so just be mindful. I do like the little blue, light blue of the windows, but I wish if they had done this, they should have done it on this too. But that's just my personal opinion. Underside is very clean. Yeah, these are softer rubber. They feel like they're going to break. So, I mean, I don't think they'll break easily, but I do think they will break in time. I wish this thing held together better. I really was a fan of the Bruticus. I really wish this thing would hold together a little bit better. All right, Tell you what, I'll try and figure out how to get it into ARM mode, and we'll go from there. So I think I figured out how to get it into combine mode. And the first thing we want to do is just sort of separate right down through here, right? We're going to need to take the hands out that we so carefully placed in. So we can go ahead and separate everything here. Just makes it a little bit easier here in a few minutes. Open this up. Go ahead and pull your hand out. We need to disconnect it here so that you have the capacity to open this, swing the hand out, and then put that back in place. We need to do that on both sides before we get too excited. So we just disconnect it from this joint here, swing it out a little bit so we have a little room, open that up, rotate, bring that back, and then we just reconnect. And there's pins and ports all through here, as you can probably see some of them. Let's see, that goes together there, that goes together there. That should go together there. And then these will come down and combine, just like this. And that should come in. These clips here should go in and plug in, theoretically. And they're not. There we go. All right, it was all in how you, as my dad used to say, hold your jaw. All right, so we'll move the fingers in place here. Now for the combiner port, we open this up, and this is just an aesthetic thing, right? This is the combiner port right here. So you have to open up this little flap, and just about the only way I found out to get it is this ratchet joint here. You have to hold the flap and it'll pop out. See what I just did there? It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is doable. And I guess it's going to connect somehow right through here. And this makes the arm. I thought there was more. I thought there was a longer way of doing this. Actually, I apologize. I think I left out the most important part, the forearm. And we live and learn, right? We live and learn. I think it goes like this. I think. I could be 100% wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. I know somebody out there saying, yep, wouldn't be the first time, Tom. But you get... That's where it combines. I'm looking at the directions, and that's what it shows. It shows this right here. There we go. I think that's it. Now, fellas who need to... The hand is not wanting to turn very well. Will, but it's not wanting to. So it's gonna combine with this port right here. All right. So this needs to come up, and I don't know if that's right. See, the box art shows it looking like this, right? So I guess maybe like this, which means the arm, the hand would need to be turned around so that it's man, it's tight, 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 tight. I mean, tight like it doesn't want to turn. I have to tell you, this is not filling me with all sorts of confidence and warm feelings here. I mean, it'll rotate, but it doesn't, it's stuck. It doesn't rotate any more than that. Now, I wonder if maybe I've got the hand upside down in here. I don't know if I can have the hand upside down, but I just don't know. No, see, it's only got a limited range there. So it kind of has to go like this. I tell you what, this has got to be how it goes together. But now, it's got to go together like that. Well, I mean, I guess you can, I'm sure we'll get more out of it when we have it combined. But now the fact that it's just not sticking together the way that you all can't see, it's just not sticking together the way that I would like is disturbing. Yeah, but that's the arm. All right, I'm gonna put it back into robot mode, and then we can talk about some final thoughts. Final thoughts wise, this thing's a mixed bag for me. This is obviously, oops, I missed a spot. There we go. This is MMC's version of first aid, and I don't know what to say about it. I don't like it as much as I probably should, and that's a problem. It has issues getting out of its own way, and something as simple as being able to put it into its vehicle mode, which is essential for it to transform, for him to be part of Defensor, is kind of vital. Now, I will say, once you get the hands out of there, everything kind of works exactly the way it's supposed to. But the primary mode should not be the throwaway mode. The other thing that needs to be mentioned here is the build quality. I mean, it feels fine. Nothing feels like it's going to break, other than maybe the side mirrors. You just have to be careful with those. The playability, I'm not going to be flipping this thing back and forth. I'm not. It's not going to happen. So it's going to effectively be a statue in one mode somewhere, right? That's fine. It does transform, and it is capable of doing what it's supposed to do. It just doesn't all fit together the way that it's supposed to. If this was my first Transformer, yeah, I'd buy another one. I would stay on with the set, and I do intend to do that, if I haven't mentioned that. I do intend to continue with the MMC. I've always had good luck with MMC. This one is just disappointing. It's not their best offer, especially not at $110, which is what the pre-order price was at TF Source. So yeah, just be mindful. This thing's okay. I'll probably get every other one in the set, but it's not the greatest bot I've ever seen. Why did you come into the picture when I started talking about great bots, Nemesis? You're buying Autobots again. Yeah, I know. He's a pacifist. I don't have anything to worry about. What makes you think I'm a pacifist? Gotta go, right? Anyway, folks, this is a soft recommend for me. I don't know how the other one's going to fare. Is it KFC? Whoever it is that's making the other one, I don't know how theirs is going to turn out. this one is going to be just based on this. It's got some ways to go. This is Tom. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Another satisfied customer of Vitamin John. Operators are standing by. Call now.